Hi everyone, welcome back to the ESCBubble channel. Today we come back with another review video, and in this one we're going to discuss the 12 finalists of the Maltese Eurovision selection. My name is Ervin, and joining me in this video are Sean, Kyle, and Isaac. The first act we're going to discuss is Gail Attard with Wild Card.
So Gail Attard. Now this we've had a lot of songs now this year, and for me this is possibly the most generic song we've had the entire year. She's one of the best vocalists in the whole of the Maltese selection, and she got some good backing singers as well, which is better than a lot of them. But it's just the most boring ballad I've ever heard. Nothing interesting happens in the whole song. And I don't really get any feeling from it at all, to be honest. But like I say, she's really good, one of the best performers in the selection, but the song is absolutely nothing for me.
Yeah, I'm afraid I'm going to have to echo that. When I saw her name in the lineup, I was actually quite excited because she was on the first and second season of X Factor, I think, and she was very, very promising. But, you know, you can have the pipes, but if you don't have the song, we're going to have this kind of conversation. And yeah, the song is nothing much. I was mortified when I found out it qualified because I could not see a scenario where this made it into the top 12. But who knows? You know, maybe there were many people who enjoyed it, but I'm not one of those people.
Well, let's see how we'll score Wildcard. Isaac?
2.
I'll go with 3. Sean?
3.
Kyle?
2.
We'll continue with Venom, performed by Miriana Conte.
Yeah, it's very melodramatic rather than dramatic, I would say. It's just a bit like, let's write a song and make it a bit like, oh, put that instrument in and have a bit of vocal effect here, brilliant. Put it all together, no, nothing really works. The vocal and the music together just don't connect for me at all. It's really lacking a melody, and it just gets to a bit where she's just saying Venom, and it's just a bit odd. There's nothing to latch onto and nothing that would make me think, oh, this could definitely be elevated to qualify. It's just a song that's been written and put forward with no thought or process beyond that. She does a good job. She has a nice deep vocal to it, but it doesn't give her much to work with, and another wasted opportunity, I feel, because she's much better than that. It's just so next song.
See, I remember Miriana competing quite a few years ago. I think that was 2017, and the only thing I remember about that song was that she can sing. And like, when I was listening to this one now, I was reminded how much I actually really enjoyed the color of Miriana's voice, first of all. And when the song finished, I don't know, but like, I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. I also struggled to find the melody, but I saw that there is life in this song, and Miriana can sing. I loved how she could like adapt her vocals to be like very nice and soft, like especially in the beginning when needed, but then she also managed to like belt out the highest notes when needed. And I believe like her voice stands out a lot more here than the actual song, but it wasn't that bad. I quite enjoyed it. And let's score it out of 10 then. Kyle?
3.
Isaac?
2.
I'll go with a 6. Sean?
The bar is low. 4.
We'll continue with Janvil and his song Man.
So my problem here is not the song. I feel like Janvil needs to pull the plug on Eurovision because he's been doing it since 2005. Every year, it's literally the same formula, the same kind of well, one of the songs which was actually called Topsy Turvy, but I don't know how to call the genre, but it's kind of like musical theater meets a lot of irony, and I don't hate it, but it never ever worked. And I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this here, but the people are sick of it. You can see it in the televote scores that he gets. I mean, it's just, come on, if you're gonna come back, like we're happy to have you, but give it something else. It's not a bad song because I don't mind this style, but I'm done. Next.
I actually really, really love Topsy Turvy, and this is,
Yeah, Topsy Turvy was good.
Yeah, I believe this is like my second favorite of all of his Malta Eurovision entries. When I was listening to it the first time, like the song's intro was like immediately like quite interesting, and it was kind of like drawing me in. But then when the verse started, the music just went to like the simplest possible. But as it went on, strangely, like I didn't mind it so much, just like at the very beginning. And when the chorus started, I really started enjoying it because its melody is very catchy. The lyrics in the chorus especially are super repetitive, but not in a bad way, because it makes you be able to like sing along to it like the first time you're listening to the song. As you said, Sean, like I doubt that this is gonna win, but for me personally, this was one of the standouts in this competition because it's different, and I feel it kind of like it's effortlessly strong and powerful. So I liked it. Let's score man out of 10. Sean?
4.
Kyle?
Good voice. 4.
Isaac?
3.
I'll go with 8. The fourth act we're going to talk about is Denise with Mara.
Okay, well, I think first of all, great to have Denise back. She really showed a lot of promise when she had Boy before, which I think was a real standout song. I thought she performed it really well, and I wouldn't have been surprised if that had won. So I really was intrigued to see her back in the competition this year. Mara, not as strong as Boy, in my opinion. Having said that, she performs it really, really well. And I think this is an occasion where the performer actually matches the song and she can actually do a bit with the song. It's not, giving her too much to do. She can actually perform it well and give a competent performance of it. I'm really hoping we see some more in the actual final from the edition. It's a song that I really feel can be elevated with a bit of production, a bit of dancer, and actually a bit of presentation, because we know she can do it from before. And actually, if this were to win, I don't think it will, but if it were to win, I think she'd be a really safe pair of hands that they could rely on to do a good performance. Whether that would qualify is a different story, but it's really competently well done. And for that, I think she has to be confident.
Yeah, for me, I mean, this is one of the songs where on the first time I heard it, I thought it was quite impactful. One of the problems is on repeat listens, it hasn't really grown on me particularly. But at the end of the day, at Eurovision, most people are only going to hear it once. So maybe that bodes well. I do think that this has one of the best staging potentials of all of the songs, especially the sort of the drop breakdown bit near the end. There's definitely something good she could do with that. Yeah, I think it's a good song. For me, it's a similar type of song to Loop. But of the two, I think this one's slightly stronger. And yeah, overall, it's a decent package.
Let's turn that into points. Kyle?
7.
Isaac?
6.
I'll go 5. Sean?
7.
Next up, we have Hili with Tell Me That It's Over.
I'm waiting for you to tell me that it's over. It's interesting. Hili started out in Musica Musica, and she had a very promising start to her career. Last year she had a much better song in the selection, and it didn't make it into the top 24. And this year we got this very generic ballad that is just, again, I was so surprised to see this qualify. But I don't understand why Hili would take on this song, because she actually knows how good she is, and she knows, for her age, I think she has a lot of knowledge of, when a song is for her, she knows it, whereas when a song is not for her, she will not take it. And I'm just really confused. um uh, yeah, I'm not voting for this.
Yeah, I kind of agree with what you said there. She's got a nice voice. I think she knows what she can do with it. But again, there's a big disconnect with her in this song. And I feel that she, or the song in it, has moments where it really tries to push that vocal beyond her range. And sadly, then it does that perennial thing, which I think we do see quite a lot with Malta, is sing it as big and loud and bold as you can and go for that big note, even though it's not in your range. Just think, why? Just take it down, make it work for you, rather than try to make it work for maybe what the producers want or the writers want. And it doesn't create then a performance that's comfortable to watch and enjoyable, because you're always like, oh, is that note gonna quite get there? Oh no, she's under it. And you don't want to feel like that as a performer. And I don't think that's what she would want to present either. Um, it's nice enough. It reminds me sort of like an American teen film soundtrack type movie you'd get, movie song. But again, nothing new. It's a bit more modern than some of the other ballads, but it's still about 15 years behind time. And yeah, I don't think this would do anything if it was to go. I think Hili can do much better. So yeah, come back again, something better, please.
How do we score this song, Sean?
3.
Kyle?
5.
Isaac?
6.
I'll go with 4. We continue with Nathan and his song Ghosts.
Yeah, this one, I think it's a good song. I particularly like the first half. It feels a bit more interesting. You've got the sort of woodwind elements. He's got a nice voice. But then as it goes on, it just becomes a bit predictable, and the last half doesn't particularly excite me. I liked his song last year. I like his song this year, but in both cases, I think they start off thinking, oh, this is nice, it's interesting, and by the end it's just kind of another song that's there. Having said that, in this selection it still stands out as one of the stronger options for me.
I don't see it as strong, but I don't know. I was very happy to see that he was back in Malta Eurovision this year, because his last year's entry, Creeping Walls, like, I still actually listen to it on my Spotify. But after listening to Ghost, I was so disappointed, because it's nowhere near as good as Creeping Walls. And the song feels like it's written by numbers, as in, like, just like you said, Isaac, it's like predictable. Every single second you know what's going to happen. You know when the song is going to slow down, when he's going to have a break, when he's going to scream Ghost, etc. So I don't feel there's anything really authentic in this entry. And it was probably written at the songwriting camp that was held in Malta, like quite a few of the other songs. But I cannot get rid of the sensation that, like, maybe the songwriters actually had this song in their drawer for anywhere from 1 to 5 years, I don't know. Submitted it here and there, got rejected, worked on it a bit more, and now gave it to Nathan. Nathan is an amazing artist, and I think that he deserves something much, much better than this. So I'm a little bit left wanting more. But let's score Ghost out of 10. Isaac?
6.
I'll go with 4. Sean?
1.
Oh, wow. Kyle?
I was going to say there's nothing for me, but still give it a 3.
Next, we have one of the fan favorites. It's Matt Blxck with Banana.
Yeah, so Matt Black has been in it quite a few times now. Usually, I instantly hate his songs. They're bottom ranked for me, always 1 out of 10 or 2 out of 10. But this one, for me, is the best song in the whole selection. It's entertaining, it's fun, it's catchy. He suddenly seems likable, even though he's not really usually likable. I think this is perfect for Eurovision. I mean, it's not the best song in the world, but this is the best song in the selection for me. The little breakdown at the end is perfect for the Eurovision stage. And I think if they revamp this particularly, this could do quite well, actually.
Well, I actually didn't mind it when I heard it the first time. But here's the thing. It comes across as so try hard. So try hard. It's like he's throwing everything in there. Throw a banana, throw in the peel as well. Throw in a line in Maltese. Throw in a really ugly costume. And it's so try hard. I wish actually if Matt Black could like rip a page out of Coco Chanel and before he leaves the house he takes something off, I think he could be onto something. But there's just way too many ideas that together it just, it's like when you're making a smoothie and you think, oh my God, this is going to be the best thing ever. You take a sip and you're like, that is awful. And that's the way I feel about this. I don't know if it will probably win, but it would be a nice like trajectory for Malta to send something like this. But it's a joke act, not funny.
Mela, banana out of 10. Isaac?
7.
Okay. I'll go with 6. Sean?
4.
Kyle?
I think this is his worst one, actually. 4.
We continue with gratitude and topic blah blah.
Well, it's there. It's being performed and it's on a stage. I think this is a complete pile of rubbish, I'll be honest. There are many other songs from drag performers in the past that are way better than this. It's just a load of rubbish. It really is. I'm sorry. It is just not good at all. It's trying to be out there for the sake of it. Again, similar to what Sean said about Matt Black, I think it's about 15 ideas trying to cram into about a space where you have about 4, and it just feels very over the top, try hard, but without giving any real result of a memorable song, a good performance, or any votability. And yeah, I just think, oh no, come back with something better. If you're going to do that, what's the point? Sorry.
Okay. Well, when I listened to the song for the first time, and like I was listening to all 12 finalists after they were announced, and after I finished listening to this one, I was like, what did I just listen to? And after I listened to all 12, this was the song that remained in my head. And I checked the Malta Eurovision YouTube channel, and this was the 3rd most viewed song so far. And I think I largely contributed to that. The song is an absolute mess, but it's the most amazing kind of mess. It's, for me at least, it's catchy as hell. And the song and the performance, like, in a way, they're not going to leave you indifferent. And to me personally, like, I'm going to agree with the line, like, gratitude is stuck on repeat. And I find this a lot catchier than any of the other songs in the Maltese national selections. I like this, and I'll probably listen to it after Malta Eurovision as well. And I look forward to it being on Spotify. So let's score it out of 10. Kyle?
2.
Isaac?
2.
I'll go 9. Sean?
5.
We continue with Erba and Sirena. So this is also one of those songs that I kind of like it because it's different. It's quite upbeat, it's quite happy, and the 4 girls sing perfectly, and their voices like match really nicely together. And I know that the fire, wire, higher desire type of lyrics are here to stay forever and ever in Eurovision entries. And this even started like prior to the chorus already. When we got to the chorus, like I immediately froze because like I knew the melody of it, and then it haunted me for about like a day to remember like what song do I know that from. And then I remembered that like the melody is exactly the same as the song from a Macedonian national selection from back in 2015. It was Victoria Loba's song Една единствена. I do watch a lot of national selections. And that ruined the impression a little bit for me because it felt a little bit unoriginal. But nevertheless, like I did enjoy the song. It's really nicely sung, nicely performed, quite upbeat, and has life in it.
Listen, if Loreen can come to Eurovision with a Mika Newton song, Erba can come to Eurovision with Victoria Loba. Mika Newton, the song that sounds exactly like that too. I'm sure you heard it. Anyway, this song is my favorite. I know it's a low bar, but this is my pick for Malta this year. It doesn't come without disadvantages. I mean, I think the girls need to call me so I can give them some mentoring. I want to literally meet them in a gym and shout, and I'll give them all the confidence and all the sass and charisma they need to go up on the Malta Eurovision Song Contest stage if we had one, because we don't have one. So the song is fairly new by Maltese standards. I know, not by Eurovision standards, but by Maltese standards. I mean, when was the last time we sent an ethnically inspired song? It's half in Maltese. I wish it was all in Maltese because I think it would just make it stronger. And it's a very catchy tune. You know, I think this is something we can agree on. It's quite a catchy tune. So if this actually went, I think we could do something. I hope to God that it wouldn't be harmonia dissonance, but it would be more, give me a successful girl band at Eurovision.
Eugene. That's not even very similar.
They were no.
Not many though, is there?
They came 11th. Oh, I'm thinking of the Macedonian ones in 2000, but they weren't successful.
Apparently that's on
They were
Spotify.
anything but successful.
Anyway, moral of the story, I like this. I think this has a lot of potential, and with a revamp that is coming and with a very good stage performance, I think this could do something.
Well, let's see how we score Sirena out of 10. I'll start with a 6. Sean?
8.
Kyle?
Yeah, I like the Maltese element a lot. It's different.
Isaac?
5.
Three more to go. We continue with Lisa Gauci with Breathe.
Right. Well, we've got vocals here. We really, really do. Lisa Gauci is an incredible vocalist. She was on the X Factor a couple years ago, nearly won, but just got beaten by Ryan Hili. Is that true?
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry.
She has a real potential to, I think, she's one of these singers that can literally sing anything and can put, most of the time, a nice emotional edge to some songs. Sometimes it can get a little bit samey, and it's like, yeah, you can sing anything. Give us some grit a little bit at the time. But I think this is by far the best ballad throughout the whole of all of the song were part of the pre-selection. I think she had the best vocals of everyone in the pre-selection. Whether I think the song is good enough is maybe a slightly different question. I think that she is brilliant, and I don't think this song would be right to go to Eurovision for her, because I think in 2-3 years' time they could hit on the perfect song for her and actually have a really good run with what she can do. The song doesn't provide that. It's nice, it's pleasant, it's there. Would it get through a semi-final at Eurovision? I don't think it would, so therefore I don't think there's much point in them sending it, but she is amazing.
Yeah, for me, it's basically, I'm comparing this to Hili's "Tell Me That It's Over" because they're both fairly standard ballads, and even though Hili's vocals aren't as strong, I think I prefer "Tell Me That It's Over" to this one. It's fine, but at the end of the day, going to Eurovision, you have to be memorable in some way, and even though this is better than quite a few of the other ballads that were in the Maltese pre-selection, it still doesn't really stand out in my memory at all. And like you say, she is one of the best vocalists in it, and when I watch it I do think this is all right, but I don't think I would ever leave it thinking, oh, that's one I'm going to vote for. So overall for me it's not bad, but again, it doesn't particularly stand out, and I prefer Hili's ballad of the two.
Put that into points. Kyle?
I'm going to give it an 8.
Isaac?
5.
I'll go 4. Sean?
I think she is the best vocalist. I'm gonna give her a 5.
We continue with Ryan Hili and his song Karma. Again, this is another name that we see second year in a row, and I was again very happy to see him back after he finished second last year. And when I listened to this song, like, first of all, like, this is a really, really well put together song. The arrangements, I feel, are like brilliantly done, and Ryan's vocals work perfectly with it. He brings exactly that sort of power that this song needs. And even though, like, this is not normally the kind of music that I normally listen to, but there's just something about it that really draws me in. I look forward to seeing like how he's going to perform this live, how they're going to set the mood, how they're going to do the whole staging, because I feel that like with the correct staging, this could very much cause trouble on the scoreboard and possibly be up for winning Malta Eurovision this year.
Yeah, for me, this one is one of the best in the selection. It's between this and Matt Black for me personally. And yeah, it is really good song. I think it's written by Joy Deb and Linnea Deb, and it does have a slight sort of Melodi festival and sound to it. It's very polished. It's a good song. I actually didn't like his song last year at all. I think it was my bottom song in the whole selection. So when I saw he was coming back, I was a bit nervous at first. But then when I heard the song, I really liked it. And it's probably the one I've played the most out of all of the Maltese songs. I do worry that, again, it might not stand out if it makes it to Eurovision. But I think if he gets the vocals spot on and they stage it well, this could do quite well.
Sean, anything to add?
Well, if you asked, I was gonna keep it in, but if you asked, I will say it. You said that this could be, you said something about you're curious to see the staging, how it's gonna be. Have you watched his performances on X Factor?
I haven't.
Well, do yourself, what's the opposite of a favor? And go and see some of them and see the performance from last year's Eurovision. It's always the same. He's always standing there in black clothes, singing the same songs in the same key, in the same monotone. Again, I'm just really bored. Ryan, like, if we're gonna go to Eurovision with this, we need to do something. Wear a dress for all I care. We just need to have something that excites the viewer in a visual way to the stage performance. Because bless him, okay, he's singing a ballad. He doesn't need to move so much, but I'm just really, really bored by all of it personally, and it will reflect in my score. Go ahead.
Oh dear. Let's score Karma out of 10. Isaac?
7.
I'll go with 9. Sean?
It's
That
a
face.
2 from me.
Kyle?
4.
Last but not least, we have Sara Bonnici with Loop.
This song got a lot of love on Twitter when it was released, and I didn't really understand why, because it to me it's just average. It's not bad, but it's not anything spectacular that we've never seen before. So I was struggling to understand a little bit why this was getting all of that love. I think the answer lies here. People are really, really, really desperate to see Malta send something upbeat. And this was, I think, in the first batch of songs that got released, accompanied by a really competent performance by Sara Bonnici. She's excellent, by the way. Sara is someone who can sing and dance almost Eleni Foureira style. But she never had the song to do wonders like Eleni Foureira. So if this gets a good revamp, and if they sort out the sound issues, by the way, because that's why I didn't like it in the first listen, the sound during those 4 shows was just unexplainably bad. So again, this is one with potential, but still, I think we're giving love to it because we're thinking of the standards by which Malta compete. We need to think internationally, and if it goes to Eurovision, I'm afraid it won't do much.
Yeah, I think part of the reason why this came to be a bit of an online favourite was because it's one of the first ones that came out, but also she came across like she was really having fun and enjoying it, which I think was missing from a lot of the other performances. And she really threw everything at that, but not in a over the top way. I think you got the feeling that she was just enjoying performing, and I think that's something that you really need as a performer to make people engage with you. And it's a catchy track. Like, it's not reinventing the wheel. It's pretty, standard pop song. But when you throw a performer like Sarah at it, I think it really has that. Oh, actually, she's enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. There's that to and fro that goes with it. A lot of work needs to happen if this was to be polished for Eurovision. But out of all the songs in Malta, I'm lucky enough I'm going to be in Malmö. Do I want to see this on the semi-final stage? Yeah, I quite like it to be there, to be honest with you. I say the semi-final, would it qualify? But I'd rather have something that I enjoyed than I didn't. So from a selfish point of view, yeah, go on Malta, send Loop.
Let's loop back to Sean. Out of 10?
5.
Kyle?
Yeah, go for it, 9.
Wow. Isaac?
6.
I'll go with 4. As you can see, the favorite of the 4 of us are Erba with 26 points, followed very closely in second place by Denise with 25 and Sara Bonnici in third with 24. Now, this was all based on our personal thoughts and opinions, but let's try and predict who is actually going to win Malta Eurovision 2024 and represent Malta in Malmö.
Even though my favorite song is Sirena by Erba, I think it needs so much work. And it's difficult when you have, 4 people, 4 opinions, 4 ideas, 4 different... It's difficult to bring it together. And we've seen so many times that it's not as easy as one may think to have a girl group on stage and have them doing it all on the Eurovision stage. So if I'm going to think strategically, I want Denise to represent Malta because I think she would have the best chance at doing something. Please if any Maltese people are watching and thinking they might get ideas from this, for the love of God, if we send Ryan Hili, I don't think we're going to qualify. And if we send Matt Blxck, I don't think we're going to qualify either. Those are my predictions.
Yeah, I think from our top three, I think they potentially have the pattern to potentially split a vote, because I think, given looking at my votes anyway, I relate Denise and Sarah, for example. I do think that Matt Blxck will come through the middle and will win. Probably it's a very impactful performance, and you always want to make that initial impact. He did well with the jury last year as well. I think that Matt Blxck will take it. Whatever happens in Malta, we shall see, but it will be an event for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because our top three were the sort of three female pop type songs, but I think, and they might cancel each other out, but I think even regardless of that, I think Matt Blxck is going to win.
I think that a lot is going to depend on the actual voting system, because if we keep the voting system that was in place last year, then I think that Matt Blxck is walking away with it. But if we go back to the voting system that was used when Emma won Malta Eurovision, then I believe that it is going to be Ryan Hili. So I think it's between the two of them. Thank you all for watching. Let us know in the comment section down below whether you agree or disagree with any of our thoughts and opinions. And head on to ESCBubble.com and let us know who your personal favorites are by voting in our poll. I want to thank Sean, Kyle, and Isaac for joining me in this video. And we're going to see you very soon with our next review video. Bye, everyone.